Right, hi. So this is going to be a quick review of VaTANAtor, which I got a promo code for yesterday after I emailed the dev and asked them to send me one, and it's a pretty good little drum machine. This one, I know Doug's already beaten me to it, and it's taken you through many of the presets, so I'm not going to concentrate too much on the sounds of this thing. But this is kind of my first impressions. So VaTANAtor. VaTANA-tor. I like to think it's pronounced Vatanator because I'm English, but I'm sure there's lots of Americans calling it VaTANator or VataNAYtor or something similar. But anyway, VaTANAtor. So we've got an 8-pad drum machine. We've got mixers for each of the pads. We've got a step sequencer, which is a nice straightforward step sequencer that we're all going to be familiar with. You've got either 16 steps or 32 steps. There's this song mode here where you can chain together patterns to make a song. And you've got a pitch control. You've also got control over, the envelope here. So I can change the envelope. So a bit of a sample editor there. And you've got this thing, which is quite cool, which I didn't spot initially, which is a swing editor. Now, if I run actually this one here should be the hi-hat. No. Okay, pet peeve of mine when all hi-hats aren't in the same place. One of these. All right, let's find something with this. Let's try that one. Okay, so if I put in a kick. So here I've got these are my hi-hats. Change the panning there, and the pitches I can change to. Alright, now what I'm going to do is go back to the swing here, and I can change, see these two little, these are eighths of a beat here, and I can change how the 16ths fall between them. So if I move that one slightly across, I can move this one nearer there. So it's a sort of a programmable swing, which is not something I've seen on other machines. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, so the dev seems to be very, very responsive. I found a bug today with the step record when recording, not step record, with real-time recording when using 32 steps. I mailed the dev and he's right on it, and that's going to be fixed forthwith. Okay, another thing that you've got over here is you've got these delay, distortion, filter and reverb, and you can change any of these. You can automate them. So if I do a wiggly line here, a wiggly line there for the delay, and set all these to follow, you can see I've now automated my delay, mix, time and feed. That's quite fun. I don't think it works very well with delay. I should point out another one of my big pet peeves is delay that doesn't have BPM syncing. This one doesn't seem to. That irritates the hell out of me, but it's a thing. Distortion here, you can do the same thing. So I can go to the distortion. Let's have a bit of that. Glitchy. Okay, and then I can do the same thing with the filter. Now the filter is by default is a low pass filter, but if I hang on, if I can get it to hit the thing. Right, here we go. So I've got low pass or high pass. By default it's a low pass filter, but you can change it to a high pass filter. And I've got my cutoff, and I've got my resonance. And again, I can automate those. Little extreme. All right. And finally, I can do the same thing with the reverb. Now, the reverb itself has got quite a lot of different reverb settings. I have noticed a fair amount of crackliness when changing settings, and also in some of these automations, if you're not careful enough with them, you can get a bit of crackliness there. So quite a lot of automation there, but these are all global parameters, not per machine, per sound parameters. Now the dev has really gone all out to make this machine part of your everyday setup. You can see they've got Midi Learn. You can set Midi Learn to anything here in this performance view and in the mixer view. So you can set this to your controllers, and everything should learn and be usable. So no matter what controller you've got, you can use this drum machine in your setup. And we've also got inter-app audio. We've got audio bus. There is over here we've got audio copy and Dropbox export. So they've really built in a lot of functionality for you to be able to get the sounds out of here. And we've got a lot of kits, as Doug pointed out. We've got 140 kits here. There's a hell of a lot of sounds. So what you have at the end of the day is it's quite a simple drum machine. It's very much along the lines of DM1. It's got a lot of kits, and they've really put a lot of effort into making this a kit that you can incorporate into the rest of your music workflow with the minimum of effort and pain and suffering. For most people who are going to be building 16 or 32 step patterns, it's going to be a great piece of kit. It's not yet perfect, but I think it's a very good effort, and probably, if you're a drum app addict like myself, probably worth having a go at. Okay.